Okay, you'll have a little funny moment, the moment where Caroline Shaw says, so now we hand the handouts out, and, looks around at the team and says, "Have we got the handouts?" And I'm sitting there going, "I forgot the handouts." So all the guests, all the visitors in the room, was there weird energy today? As in, I've just been doing loopy things today. Was it the weather? I think a few of us decided it was the weather. So I'm putting it down to the weather as to the reason why I didn't look at my checklist to make sure I brought what I always bring for the visitors and the guests is information about who we are and what we do so that you can take it with you. So for the visitors and guests in the room, I will email it to you. So my apologies on that. Nothing personal. I'm just having one of those loopy days. And I didn't warn you. Sorry, Keith. This is one of my favourite moments of our meetings. So we not only have our guest speakers, we have other agenda items as well. And one of the parts of this meeting is the 5-minute showcase, which is for gold members or higher. So as Keith is just getting himself sorted because I did not let him know he was next up. My apologies, Keith. But he's a very calm gentleman, and that's why we have him here doing the AV. But he's not going to talk about AV because he runs another business, and he's going to share that with you. So please make a warm welcome for Keith Flynn.
Is this working?
Yes.
Oh, good, that's working. Sorry? No, I've got this one on. Perks of the job. My name's Keith Flynn, and I'm here to share a little bit about my main business, which is Your Relationship Specialist. Just to check I'm in the right room here, raise your hand if you've ever been in a relationship. All hands up? No, there's a few didn't go up. Again, raise your hand if you've been in a relationship and it hasn't quite worked out as you planned. Just so you get to know a little bit about me, let's rewind the clock. And some of you might pick up, I'm originally from New Zealand. Didn't pick it up? You'll now start to... Gets even worse. I actually grew up on a farm just north of Christchurch. And growing up on the farm, one of the things I really loved was sports. Anyone here like sports? Playing sports, participating? Now, I actually was going to talk about all the sports, but there's something like about 12 or 16 that I've been involved in. Cricket and rugby were the main ones when I was young. When I got to Wellington, I got into martial arts. I got into Tai Chi, Taekwondo, and I actually had previous to that done a degree in computer science. I moved back down from Wellington to Christchurch, and I started moonlighting in a healing centre doing massage. And then the business that I was in went out of business. Has that happened to anyone? You've been in a business and been retrenched? That was my first experience of being retrenched. So in my early 20s, what did I do? I jumped the ditch. I headed over to Melbourne, where I fell in love, got married, my priorities changed, and I was working really, really hard for the Australian dream to own my own home. This was at the time when interest rates were at 18%. Anyone remember those times? So I'm working really hard on establishing myself. My goal was to own our home before the kids went to high school. The only problem was my wife wanted something different. We separated 3 times and only got back together twice. That was the most painful, devastating part of my life. It was also the biggest opportunity for me to learn, to get in touch with who I am, get in touch with love. And the family doctor at the time recommended me to a psychiatrist. And he got me through that rough period. The only thing he didn't do was tell me to carry on working, find a good coach to work with. So I sort of struggled for the next 20 years, ended up here in Perth with work, got sick of that, and then decided for a career change. And that's why I'm passionate about helping people improve their relationships. And I started this business about 3 years ago. And it's refined to the point where I now say, I'm your relationship specialist. So I help you if you're looking to enhance your relationship. I'm currently working with a couple of people. One's quite unique. She's actually planning to leave her marriage of 17 years later on this year. So we're actually working together to do what's best for the children and what's best for the family. This is quite unique working with her. I also help people get into relationships. So that's a little bit about me. How am I going on time? 1 minute, there we go. Following up from what Caroline said about events and how to promote, if you go to my website, it's keithflynn.com.au, you'll actually find I do a free 30-minute or complimentary 30-minute session to find out who wants to work. So that's open to all of you. And I will actually provide a 50% discount on my initial session if anyone is interested. But only if you're seriously wanting to improve your relationship or explore some part of it. I work mainly with business owners. So I think that's about my time. So thank you, Fleur.
Thank you, Keith. Our members are just crazy generous. And when for the 5-minute showcase, I never say, you've got to make an offer. But everyone just does. So take it up. Seriously. And where did I put the clicker? I've put the clicker somewhere. I took it down the back, so I'm just going to do manual clicking. So how about you? So the people who get to have access to the 5-minute showcase, they are from our gold level members up, so gold, platinum, infinity. So publicly we advertise bronze, silver, gold levels of membership. Why, thank you, Kim. And so from gold up, you can get on this stage and you can shine the light on you and what you do. Now, if that scares you, then you just don't ever want to be a gold member. Or if you want to be a gold member and never book yourself in for a showcase, that's okay. All right, so if you're interested in having access to this, because you do actually get the video footage, because we actually film our sessions. And as an aside, that whole thing of what Caroline was talking about, all the templates and all the terms and conditions and and the video disclaimer, there's a big reason why we don't let our video go out of this room, because what the hurdles you've got to jump through and getting all those templates set up, I just went, nah. Also, we're a membership organisation, and so that footage should stay exclusive for the members. However, if I actually was going to put an element of it out there in the public domain, then go talk to Caroline, because she solved the problems. So yeah.